Fear and greed run through the wire. Candles climb and then expire. Our edges cut from the profile, sharp and clean by every buyer. He conquers the markets, he turns water into wine. His timing flows where chaos turns divine. Cut sharp enough to time the sign. Yeah, this man's no common trader. He commands the market's numbers. We call him Chef Bailey. The market bends beneath his flame. Fear and greed run through the wire. Candles climb and then expire. Our edges cut from the profile, sharp and clean by every buyer. Markets move, they twist and swing. Every tick can burn or blink. Ryan keeps calm, he trusts his thing. The charts tell him everything. But when T1 makes ding, 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 the futures spread their hidden wing. And he is ready for anything. Vic's still looking like a restless king.
Ready to stop guessing and start growing as a trader. Welcome to Vici Trading Solutions, a community built by real traders for serious learners. We don't just post trades, we teach the why behind every move. With a full education section and daily breakdowns, you'll start seeing the market like a pro. You won't be trading alone. Inside the Vici Discord, you're surrounded by committed traders, from futures pros to rising crypto specialists, all learning and winning together. Gain first access to our exclusive indicators, powerful tools used daily by hundreds across TradingView and beyond. These aren't gimmicks, they're built to sharpen your edge. Each morning, our founder posts a full trading plan for the S&P 500 or NASDAQ and calls out the levels he's watching live. No fluff, just clarity. Education, tools, community. Whether you trade futures, stock, or crypto, Vici gives you the foundation and firepower to grow. Join Vici, trade smarter, conquer the markets.
Yo, and we're back. What's up, everybody? I need my blonde wig so I can be like, whip my hair around and be like, I'm Brittany, bitch. We did it again. We did it again. Mike Hagler, we did it again, Mike. I mean, dude, so good. What's up, Zoo? Costas in the house? Guys, we got a nice crew on Substack. I turned it on late, so I can only see a few people. I only see the last 3 people. What's up, Zoo? Always a pleasure. Man, what a day. What a day. I tell you. It's every single day almost. I mean, we're on a nice little streak right now. We had we were 5 for 5 last week. So far, we're amazing for Monday so far. It really sets the tone for coming this week. The weekend review was spot on, of course. It's a little obscene, to be honest. I gotta be honest. It's a little crazy. We banged a one and done this morning, 100 points total. We caught the 80-point short right off the rip pre-market. It was the exact trade that we talked about in the weekend review. Then obviously this morning in the inner circle, we went ahead and went over the trade plan as usual. I kind of give my thoughts. It's one of the big perks, especially on a Monday, because we don't have a trade plan that comes out early in the morning. So I kind of give everybody the lowdown. Hey, here's the deal. Here's what we're looking at. And of course, I trade live with the team. You know what I mean? Everybody gets to see my fills, the whole 9 yards. It's part of the deal. So anyways, we caught the high from the short, and it was incredible. Basically caught the whole thing. It was awesome. So super excited about that. And again, I wanted to just say one thing. Guys, we had a massive influx of new people into the Discord room and really into the trade plans this weekend. I mean, it was a record-breaking weekend. S&P Edge went viral, I felt like, over the weekend. I don't understand how or why, but I'm extremely thankful. And I appreciate everyone putting their trust and analysis in me. I mean, we have proved time and time again that this is the winning team and it's the place to be. But, you know, getting people to acknowledge that takes time. I've been doing this for years, and we're just now starting to catch fire. My man Zub knows. Me and Zub, I've been at this for almost 5 years, and we're just now starting to catch fire. So it's a great feeling, and we're changing lives. We're making lots of money in here. I know I had one trade today. That's it. One and done. I took the banger, and I got about the way. And then I hung out with the crew until noon, and I went and took a 2.5-hour nap. Because why not, right? Why not? My girl was working. She's like, she was all mad. I'm like, hey, listen, what am I supposed to tell you? You know what I mean? I got blood, sweat, and tears to get here, baby. So, you know, now it's paying for itself. Lost all my hair in the pursuit of this shit. So it is what it is. So with that being said, I just wanted to thank everybody, of course, because it's just an outstanding turnout. We had a couple people come into to not only the inner circle, we had 5 people come into the inner circle this weekend. I had somebody who decided to go from the inner circle to the course holder, and I'm super excited about him. He's going to be amazing. And we just really, this is just starting to catch momentum. People are starting to see this is absolutely ridiculous. And it's the things, it's the practices that we preach, right? And we do what we say we're going to do. You know, we take for 1 or 2 trades a day. We're looking for the highs or lows of the day. You know, our levels play precision, and we're patient. And when you combine all these things, you basically get a winning combination, which is what we're doing on a daily basis. And that's why it truly sounds a little bit on the hype side, where I'm like, oh my God, another amazing day. But it is, because, you know, our process is true, and we're patient, and we keep our risk in check, and we look for massive R wins, right? Like, we're literally looking for at least 2 to 1s. And today was more like an 8 to 1. And they all seem to be at least 4 to 1, but I don't like to advertise that. But that's the kind of stuff we're looking for, because especially in these negative gamma regimes, we get these massive ranges. We had no news today, guys. None. 0. Yet we got an 85 point off the dump off the open, and another 85 point or higher launch at the end of the day, or, you know, towards the end of the day off the lows. And again, no news, no geopolitical catalyst, so to speak, just flat out negative gamma volatility and high time frame levels playing with precision. And so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm excited to show you guys this. We got back out there and ride my bike. Oh, I bought this sick ass Ducati. I'm going to get it cleaned on Wednesday, and I'll show you guys pictures of it. I'm going to get it wrapped for Vici and the whole 9 yards. It's going to be sick, but oh my God, this bike. Oh my God, it's so scary. Oh my God, it's scary. It is the most ridiculous thing I've had between my legs ever. So I'll show you guys once I get it all hooked up. You're going to love it. It's fucking super cool. So anyways, with that being said, make sure you like and follow across all these socials, guys. YouTube, X, Substack, TradingView. Please do me a favor. Smash that like button. Smash that follow, subscribe button. I need to get my Twitter count up, you guys. I'm still looking at like 500, somewhere around 500. We've got double and triple that in a lot of different other places. So I need your help. Hook a brother up. Let's get this exposure out here. Share with your friends. We're doing magic over here, guys. There's plenty of room for everybody. No need to keep this a secret. Tell your homies, tell your peeps, obviously, to do that whole number. And of course, if you are a subscriber, I sent you a DM over the weekend. If you have not hit me up, let me know. I need to get you activated for your invite-only indicators on TradingView. And so that's cool. So the next thing that we're going to do is I wanted to tell you guys, and I don't know if you guys have signed up for this, but if you haven't, you should. I went ahead and put the link in the post here. If you guys are not getting this, you need to sign up for this. This is the SPX Edge. It comes to your inbox every single morning. It is 100% free. It has nothing to do with the trade plans whatsoever. It is more of a complement to the trade plan. I'm going to go ahead and throw the links in here just so you see it. And it also will be in the recording and the post for both YouTube and Substack. I highly recommend you guys sign up for this. It really just gives us the value areas for the previous day, current week, previous week, current month, previous month. It gives us the news if you care. Sometimes I don't have live TV, so we watch Netflix and shit. So for me, I get my news this way just to kind of see what's going on. And then, we have some pattern intelligence stuff, which basically is, 30 years of indicator intelligence that says when this indicator does that and price is here, the likelihood of X happens. And again, it's not necessarily stuff that I trade off of, but I certainly keep in the back of my mind and say, okay, well, this kind of has a bullish lean. Do I have a bullish lean? And if so, it makes sense. So highly recommend you guys check this out. It's totally worth it because it's free, right? You got nothing to lose, everything to gain here. So that's what's up. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the trade plan here. This is going to be good stuff. And I'm going to keep it skinny for you guys. I really am, because there was only 2 trades today, and I assume everybody saw them. So let's go ahead and get into it. I got a chart here we're going to talk about. This is my daily time frame chart. I want to pull this over so I can actually see, so that you guys can read this and I can read it. All right, so here we go. Down on all time frames and the road to 7,000. So we've talked about this before. Just because I feel like we're down on all time frames does not mean that we can't squeeze, right? We don't really know exactly the path in which we're going to take. We just know that if we get above or below certain levels, the momentum continues in said direction. So we know what we really needed to break, and that was the big 74.14 momentum pivot. And then, of course, the VIX at the 18.19 was the big maker to break it today. Absolutely amazing stuff. And guys, here is the 74.14 on the daily chart. You can clearly see we had both the arrow up and down, obviously up, 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 right? Down, down. You can clearly see this was the big momentum pivot here. This is our big shift that you should have been looking at, guys. I mean, if you're not looking at these pictures where I'm drawing arrows, shame on you guys, because I actually take a lot of time to do this shit, believe it or not. It takes like 45 minutes to draw these stupid pictures for the trade plan. So I suggest you guys look at them, use them to your benefit. You're paying for them, you might as well use it. All right, so here we go. The process points down. So this week is about shorting the rallies into the tested resistance and respecting the ones that hold everything up. Isn't that funny, right? So we're here. It's our job to basically smack until the process says otherwise, regardless if we continue to push higher. That doesn't mean you can't catch longs, but ultimately I'm smacking every rally, which we talked about last week as well. I think we talked about on Friday in the free Alpha Fridays. So here we go. The process points down. So this week's about shorting the rallies and the tested resistance, and everything holds us up. 74.14 right here. Stay above 14, and the bulls, quote unquote, have a chance, right? Which we saw today. It's played with almost precision. Above that, we reclaim the ladder of tested dailies. 74.58.50 right here, right? It says 56, 58, 50 right here. That was the first one, right? And the final one, and that could lead us all the way up to the 92, which is right here, which we actually closed directly above. We're going to look at all this, which will then ultimately take us up to 75.27. Now, this is a big leg down for me, or big resistance spot between 27 and 73. These are my 2 big short levels that we'll get into here in a little bit. So this is what we're going to be looking at. And I believe we have now gotten enough momentum to take us up here in here for tomorrow. We might even wake up and be up in here. We'll see what happens. So all right, so the final thoughts here. The process has us down on all time frames, and we are in negative gamma. Take advantage of the negative gamma volatility while it lasts. These are the conditions where you need to beef up your account with these outlier gains. So again, I just wanted to show you this chart because as we talked about, the 14, so if we hold this, we start to progress up on the dailies, which was the 58.92 leading us up here. We held this, we got above 58, which we're going to soon see, and then we closed directly above 92. Actually, let me just go ahead and pull this down so you can get an idea what that looks like. So here's the 58, whoop, right? That's this guy. Now we've closed directly above 92, which was this big leg down, which leads me to believe we can come back up to 27 here more than likely tomorrow. Okay, so just, we walk it up one level at a time, guys, one level at a time. We play our untested supports or resistances for the trades, and then this is how we monitor momentum in order for us to get to the areas that we need to take a trade. And since we look for daily time frames, we're looking at 27 and 73. So let's go ahead and get into the next slide. I think this is going to be really useful for people. Here you go. All right, look at SPX. It all comes down to the 73.53 daily. You guys heard me talk about that like a bajillion times. I'm just going to go. I even talked about it in the weekend review. Where does that daily come from? Well, let me show you. 73.53, the leg to the all-time high. Look at that. And I even talked about how they couldn't close below it, closed above. They tried. All 3 of these were above it. Yeah. And finally, when they opened below it, what did they do? They closed above it by 40 cents. They held on to this thing for dear life. Are you ready? So that is the support to the all-time high. This level has been so important time and time again. They've struggled to close below it pretty much all week, clinging to life and closing above it again and again, even on Friday by barely 40 cents. This is the major level for us to stay above or below. So I went ahead and drew this for us today. We had this beautiful smack from the 74.20 area. Then we come all the way down only to play and hold what? 73.53. Once again, this is the same structured level as the 74.14. It is the same exact trade. Guys, that's why we use SPX, as we line them up, we correlate them up, and then boom, look at this long from here. So not only do we have the amazing smack from this 74.20 right here, the 74.20 huge head bump, right? We've had this massive resistance here, but then we come down and we play the 73.53, which is the absolute must hold, only to propel us all the way back up into this big ass daily up here at 74.38. So pretty crazy stuff, just amazing precision here. And when we understand the legs, we know it's got to hold, and that's exactly what we're looking at. So let's go ahead and get into the next one. Here's VIX. Now, VIX was great. VIX was a great indicator for us today. We had that 18-19 make it or break it. And you guys know I was talking about this. I was like, in the week in review, I said, this level has got to hold. And if it does, it's going to launch something decent, and it's going to send the indices down. And if not, if it breaks, then it could come all the way down to the 44, and then indices are going to get a rally. So I don't know if you guys recall that, but let's just go ahead and look at this. Here we go, the 18-19 highly confluent area. I'm expecting this zone to get some love between 19 and 11, okay? It dipped through it a little bit. It went to 18 this morning, but that's okay. I'm expecting this zone to get some love. If VIX holds and pops back up, it could continue to traverse higher, taking a pit stop at 1942 as a head bump or a decision point. Look at that. Bingo. Here, let me zoom in so you guys can see it for those of you guys who wear glasses. Hello. Don't tell me you can't chart VIX. I'm not trying to hear that shit. We do it every single day. So there you go. Boom. Absolutely amazing. That was the decision point right there. That was the pit stop at 1942. It was untested enough to send us all the way back down into our downside gap. Guys, look at this. Tell me this is not crazy schnizzle, right? If VIX bleeds underneath 1811, this is the next major area I'm watching. 1744. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Nobody's doing this with VIX. No one. I know it. No one's doing this with VIX. Absolutely crazy stuff. The process plays true once again. After we saw this thing get smacked here, this was the dump this morning. This is the short that we caught. And then this was the 74.14 long right here when we had the inverse in VIX. And it just continued to bleed off all day, which obviously sent the indices up the rest of the morning and afternoon. So we caught the high of the morning session. We had the low of the day. And then obviously they've continued to propel up a little bit. So let's go ahead and get to the next trade here. So here you go. Here was the trade at the open. This is what we took. Basically, it wasn't right at the open, but it was close enough. It was close enough to the point where I was done trading by 10:15. I mean, it was so amazing. Untested 4-hour. I even showed you guys this in the weekend review. I showed you just the 4-hour chart, and I said, do you see 74.87? This is all I got. If this smacks, it's going to smack hard. If not, we continue to go up. Well, guess what? It smacked, and it smacked super hard. Right? This is the level that is genuinely untested. This was the leg down. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like here on a real chart right here. This is it right here. This is our 74.87. This was the only untested 4-hour for resistance I have until we got all the way up here. I know if you guys watched this week in review, you remember this, and look at this level. It smacked so good. 85 points came right down and played, or 75 points, right down. And it basically did about right at the open, essentially, within a few minutes. And we came right down to the 74.14. It actually bled a little bit farther. It bled into the 10, but whatever. So what? All right, because we were short. We caught it. And, I'm going to go ahead and just show you. I got to lead the team on this one, right? So, boom. As you can see right here, I was short 74.82 was my last runner. I ended up taking one super early. I took one around VWAP here at 74.70, which paid me 17 points. I took my next one at 58. So that one paid another 30. So we're talking 32, something like that. So I checked 50 points on this. And then my runner, look where I have my target all the way down here, 74.16. But here's the embarrassing part. I follow my process to the letter, right? This is where I truly thought it was going to come, guys. But I'm just going to keep it real with you. I didn't hold it all the way down there. I actually held it. I'll show you exactly where I held it to, which was yesterday's point of control right here, because that is truly how my process works. I have to take profits at reactionary areas. So this was my final target right there. But again, this was 50 points, and we made 50 on the first two. I did almost 100 points on this trade combined with 3 contracts. 3. You hear me? That's it. 3 contracts, 5 Gs. We were done by 10:10 this morning. I mean, this was just an ultimate slipper, and this was a high probability setup. And we went over this in the Discord room before it happened, and I told everybody, hey, listen, I think this can make new lows, but we might get a reaction around 74.14, 74.10. So we're going to go ahead and just take targets there, as you saw my first target, and then we'll figure out what happens from there. Lo and behold, that was the low of the day. So we'll go ahead and get into that now because why not, right? Just absolutely incredible day for me. $5,500. I wasn't the only one. There was quite a few guys put up money. I mean, yeah, it's our look. The inner circle is crushing it. Real talk. We are just absolutely murdering the game in the Discord room. We've had a massive influx for a very good reason. We are steadily putting up major money. I mean, it's hard not to, I mean, I don't even want to talk money because I don't want to get involved in like that whole, like, oh, you said I'd make 20 grand a week. It's not like that. We have just amazing volatility right now, but our room is just so good. It's ridiculous. And everybody's taking advantage of these moves. I got guys that have never even passed prop firm examinations and they're making 2-3 grand a day. It's just, anyways. All right. I couldn't be more happy with what's going on. All right, let's go ahead and get into the next trade. All right, so here we go. Here's the next one, 74.14 momentum pivot. It was right in the trade plan title. This was the big one. This was the ultimate, if they hold, quote unquote, they still have a chance. Well, what did happen? We shorted up here from 87. We came all the way down into the 10.14 area. This is our big momentum shift period, pivot. This level is holding the whole thing up right now. We talked last week how they would defend 74.14 with their life, and they did. And it looks like they did it again, guys. Darn it. Stay above 74.14, and the Bulls maintain a chance to pop. Well, I think this pretty much lays it out for us perfectly today. It's pretty obvious we played this with fury. So not only did we have the top within a point, we had the low within a couple points. And as you can see, we had this nailed down. All you needed was one. You hear me? One. You don't got to catch all this shit. You don't got to take 20 trades in between. You take one trade, you make it count, you keep your commissions low, and you get the heck out of the way. Because the whole idea of this whole job, you don't get paid to trade. You get paid to extract money from this market and get the heck out of Dodge. The more times that you get in this market, the more chances you have of giving money back because you're constantly having risk on the table. The less opportunities you have to give your money back, the better. We took the one and done and called it a day. Could we have taken the long? Absolutely. Did I take it? No. Why? My process is pointing to the downside. I was only looking for shorts. I knew exactly where I needed to take targets, and we did, and I left it at that. It was plenty enough money. If 5 grand's not enough for you, then maybe you should go be a movie star because I don't know where else you're going to make that kind of money. So with that being said, this was another example of trade plan perfection. Once again, I mean, it's like I wish I could say something other than everything was amazing. I mean, I got to think of new words. I need to use a thesaurus because it's just every single day is pretty unbelievable. So, anyways, that's the plan for the day, guys. So I think what we'll do is let's just take a look at ES real fast, and because we still got a few minutes left. We got about 7 minutes. I'm going to pull up my charts real quick and just show you guys kind of what I'm thinking, and then we'll go from there. Let me get my pen fired up real fast here. Let me get this out the way. All right. I'm going to pull this down because this is going to be important. All right. We talked about this before. Let's go ahead and just zoom in on this. Whoop. All right. Let me see where my pen's at. Here we go. All right. Let's try this. All right, once again, 74.14. We know the deal. I mean, God, look how many times they defended this area. Absolutely unreal. And then we moved above 58. Okay, she's a goner, right? And then now we're above 92. So this 27, and you guys are probably tired of hearing me talk about it. It's been holding the support up for a long time when we were above it. Even played beautifully again once we got back above it and retested. Okay, just an absolute display of amazing, level there that we can count on. Okay, so here's how I look at this right now. This is a monster. Okay, now we'll see how this turns out in the morning. I haven't done any more analysis because I stopped trading around 10 o'clock this morning, and so I didn't really look at it too hard. I'm just really looking at the daily time frames. But this basically could send us all the way back down. Okay, I'm just going to let you know right now. This is our true leg down, okay? But this is massive resistance, okay? So if we cannot close the daily time frame above 73, we will end up coming down and making new lows. But I don't know if we're going to get up there. That's why I keep talking about 75.27 because this is massive resistance. We really want to see 75.27 play and get back below 92. If that happens, she's more than likely going to come on down because everything else appears to be tested to me. Let me look and see. Yeah, it's all tested. It's all wiped. So with that being said, that's what we need to really see happen here is basically is 27 to play and get back below 92. The other thing that's possible, okay, and I will just say this, we could come up here, play 27, get a little head bump, and then they could come back up. If they get back above 27, we're coming to 73. Okay, that's another 50 points. But here's something I want you guys to understand and remain cautious about, okay? This is we're still down on the daily time frame, even if we get up here. Okay, we still have lost support. We don't gain support until we close back above 73. Okay, because it's our leg down. So even a push above 27 will take us up here. However, the momentum shift being above 27 concerns me for this short continuation. I do think 73 will bring us back to 27. I just don't know if they're going to lose it underneath that. Right. So if we push above 27, we're going to watch push above 27 into 73. We're going to watch the test of 27. If they end up getting below 27 and come down, it's over with. We might as well just get short. We're going to come all the way down. OK, but if not, if they pop above 27 and they come up here and play 73 and then stay above 27, we could continue to go back to the all-time highs. Okay, so 27 is really, really our big level. And it's funny because I think 27 can send it, but this is the true leg down. So it is a possibility that we come up. And again, 27 will be the big make it or break it for us. If we smack from 73, then we have a decision point here. So this is going to be such a huge level for us. And I do truly believe we're going to get here tomorrow, just based on today's close. And this might even set up another short at the open. We'll see, because for me, I'm definitely going to be smacking it. There's no question about it. It's untested daily level. I'm not going to not short it. So we also were able to close the 4 hour above the 87, which is our big 4 hour leg down. So we have now officially gained on the 4 hour time frame as well. So we still haven't gained on the daily, but we've gained on the 4 hour. Things are starting to turn, right? Because you see the move in the smalls before it gets to the big. So I have every reason to believe that they're going to come up here. And we have this gap also, guys. I'll show you. This is the weekly gap right here. As you can see, we started to fill it already. It takes us all the way up to 27. Now, one of the things I've noticed, and you guys will have saw this today in the options levels that I put out, because on Monday I give them to everybody, okay? For 4 days in a row, we've had a massive call wall at 75.27. I'm not the only one looking at this level, okay? And trust me, I have noticed every single time, almost 4 days in a row, we've had a call wall here. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but it's going to be a big deal. Okay. Somebody else is looking at this spot. There is institutions and market makers who are also looking at 75.27 or 75.25, 75.27, excuse me, whatever it is. Right. So just be aware, this is our spot. Right. And again, if we come up here, I love the short from 68.73. Love it. Right. Love it to come here. But again, if we break below it, then we come, to this daily here, and then it's over with, right? If we lose 92, because 92 is our big boy, guys. I mean, it's pretty obvious. 1, 2, 3 tests, and then almost another 4th test here, only to send us down. I think it's pretty clear where the big boss lies as far as that's concerned. And then obviously we have our 2 big untested levels above us, which we're going to visit. So with that being said, I'm going to leave it right there. We're going to save everything for the trade plan. The trade plan comes out at 8:30 in the morning. And then, of course, we'll do the follow-up with the post-market breakdown at 5 o'clock. And once again, I couldn't be happier with what's happening in the Inner Circle Discord room. I mean, it is incredible. We've got a whole new onslaught of fresh blood. And today was a beautiful display of trade plan amazingness. We literally caught the short from the high for 80 points. I'm not sure it could have been a better day for all these people in there. It's just absolutely thank you. Anyways, with that being said, guys, I appreciate all your love and I appreciate you guys showing up. And again, we're going to do it all again tomorrow, so don't trip. If you missed it today, tomorrow's another day. So sleep tight. Look for the trade plan in the morning. For the people in the room, I'll see you bright and early. And tomorrow, we'll conquer the markets. You guys have a great evening. Cheers.